We're going to be talking about multiplying decimals, and they are going to come in so handy because wait until you hear what happened last night. Last night I grabbed a pair of jeans and put them on and found $2.24 in the pocket. That was exciting, but that was only the beginning of my search. After I found that, I started looking around a little more. I found some money in my husband's pants in the laundry. I went looking in the couch cushions. I found some money there. I even looked underneath the car seats and I found a real gold mine under there. When I was done, I had found 2.5 times the money I originally had. And I was wondering, how much money did I find in these extra places? So I took a look at this. I need 2.5 times the $2.24. And I needed to know this. I wanted to make an estimate about how much money that would be before I got started. Now I know that 2.5 groups of $2.24, that's about 3 groups of $2. So it seemed to me that $6 would be a really good estimate. That's 3 times $2. I set this up like whole numbers because decimals look so much like whole numbers. And I just want you to take a look at how this all turned out. 2.5 times 2 and 2400ths. When I set this up as whole numbers, it looked like this. And I took a look at the answer, which was 5,600, and I compared it to my estimate of $6, and I thought, that really doesn't make much sense at all. And then I started thinking about the fact that I have a decimal point involved here, and I wondered, could I put the decimal point somewhere that would make my estimate of $6 make sense? Well, it certainly wouldn't go here at the end. That would be $5,600. Here makes $560. That's still not close. Here would be $56. But if I put the decimal point right here, that's about $5.60. $5.60 is really close to my estimate of $6. I think that's just perfect. But I wanted to check my answer, and I was thinking, how would I go about checking the answer? So what I did is I actually totaled up all the money I had. If I take a look, here is my first group of $2.24. Here is my second group of $2.24, and then here is a half group of $2.24, and a half group would be $1.12. I added together the $2.24, $2.24, the $1.12, and I got $5.60. That's perfect. It matches with my estimate, so it makes sense to me. Would you stop the recording right now and make sure that you record this example in your notebook? When you're ready to move on, just press play. Okay, thanks for coming back. Now it's a chance for you to take a look at a different example and see if you can follow that process, make a good estimate, and come up with an answer. Here's your problem. My favorite candy, M&Ms, are on sale right now for $4.75 per pound, and I'm wondering what is the cost of 3 2/10 pounds. I'd like you to pause the video right now. When you've got the problem set up, come back to this and press play before you begin. Welcome back. I'm hoping that you set the problem up this way. This is 3 2/10 groups of $4.75. My estimate would be 3 times $5 or $15, and the setup looks like this: 4 7/500 times 3 2/10. Stop the video again. Go ahead and complete this work and come up with a final answer. Okay. Your work so far should look something like this. If this was all whole numbers, the result would be 15,600. But you need to think about, where would I place the decimal so that the answer is close to $15? If you finish the problem, you would see that the only place that makes sense is between the 5 and a 6. This is 15 and 600 thousandths, or $15.60. At this point, please make sure that this is in your notebook. Pause the tape if you need to put any finishing touches. And then as the final thing, think about any questions you have about multiplying decimals. Record those next to your notes, and I will see you in class tomorrow.